Hello everyone, welcome to the conference championship round of the NFL playoffs and my predictions for them. This is the second to last or penultimate predictions video and set of games before the Super Bowl. Well, no, before the season ends. This is the last predictions video before the Super Bowl. And as you can see, the championship games consist of the Chiefs at the Ravens and the Lions at the 49ers. The number 3 seed at the number 1 seed in both conferences. Last week, I got every single one right. I got the Chiefs over the Bills correct, because the Bills kicker kicked it wide right. I got the Ravens right over the Texans, who had a fairly even first half, but then Ravens ran away with it, because of course they did. 49ers over Packers, although that was very close, because Packers had the lead for the majority of the game, and Niners had to make a fourth quarter comeback. And my favorite game this week, one of the most entertaining games this season, Lions beating the Buccaneers. That was a very fun game to watch. Baker Mayfield and Jared Goff are both so good. And the Bucks they scored when they needed to. The Lions just kept driving downfield, scoring touchdowns, and it was just very, very entertaining to watch. It was a very good game, the best game this week, one of the best this season. Now we're down to 4. And the AFC Championship game is between the Chiefs and the Ravens. The Chiefs, I said that they would beat the Bills, not because I think that they have the overall better squad at the moment with like injuries or receivers in general. I think that the Bills have a better team and a better roster. But the Chiefs just seem to thrive in the playoffs, and they basically feast on the blood of the Bills anyway. They have their number, especially in the playoffs. But I don't think they quite so easily would be able to beat the Ravens, especially compared to Buffalo. Because the Ravens, this happens like pretty much every week. It's an even game. It starts out as pretty even, and then they start running away with it. Because you just can't stop their offense, and then their defense just shuts you down in like the second half. And if they just keep this up, then they're pretty much just going to win the Super Bowl. And I reckon that's the most likely scenario. And especially at home against the Chiefs, I think Baltimore's going to win. I think they are going to get to the Super Bowl. And this at least supports the color theory that's been going around. I don't entirely believe it, but I mean, it's a funny coincidence at the very least. But that would also mean that the Niners have to win. Because the NFC Championship game is between the Lions and the 49ers. And as color theory would predict, it would be the Niners. But I don't want to pick the Niners. And I think, especially after the Niners struggled with the Packers, and I think the Lions just going on a pretty hot run right now. I am actually going to pick the Lions. That's probably a dumb decision. Niners are probably the better team. And color theory would suggest that the Niners would be in the Super Bowl against the Ravens. But I like the Lions' chances here. Like I said, the Niners struggled last week against the Packers, and Lions have been really good. Their offensive line played really well. Jared Goff has been not throwing he's not been throwing many interceptions. There's not been many turnovers from the Lions, so if they get the ball, they either punt it or they score. So the Niners defense, I think, is going to be a challenge, but I think the Lions defense will be able to handle the Niners offense fairly well. That's what I'm expecting from this game. So here I am going to pick the Lions. And as I said, that maybe a controversial take. Maybe it's an upset. Obviously, it's going to be controversial, but I like the Lions odds here. and I don't want to pick the Niners. That's part of the reason I went with Lions as well. But I like the Lions' chances. This could be their year, unless the Ravens just curb stomp them like they do with absolutely everyone. But I am going to go with the Lions and the Ravens as the Super Bowl matchup for this year. So obviously this was a shorter video. I think my next my Super Bowl prediction will probably be in form of a short. So I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know your conference championship predictions in the comments below. Go Hawks, and until next time, goodbye and have a nice day.